Welcome back to Statistics Made Simple, and I'm Savita Walsing. In this video, I'm solving important and almost like sure questions of a similar kind in the second PUC examination from the topic index numbers. As all of you know that index numbers is a very easy chapter, and you should only learn how to remember the formulae for so many index numbers correctly. In this video, I've also explained how to remember the price index numbers and quantity index numbers so that you don't go wrong. And I'm sure with practice, you will be able to score the 10 and 5 mark questions from this chapter. In this video, I'll be solving important questions on index number, where question number 25 will be a 5 marker and question number 37 will be a 10 marker. First question, the following are the prices in rupees of commodities in 2021 and 2023. First subdivision, calculate a price index based on price relative using arithmetic mean as well as geometric mean. So this first subdivision can come as a 5 mark question. And subdivision B, calculate the simple aggregative index number. So the first step is they have given us 4 items and they have given us the price in the base year, that is 2021, and price in the current year, that is 2023. So the first step is to mark price in 2021 as P0 and the price in 2023 as P1. Now let us start with the first subdivision. So the first subdivision is we have to calculate the simple arithmetic mean index number, or it's also called as the unweighted arithmetic mean index number. The formula is P01. You can write within brackets AM, that is arithmetic mean, is equal to summation capital P by N, where capital P is called as the price relative, which is P1 by P0 into 100. So this is very important. Remember that it is always P1 by P0 into 100, and you can take 2 places after the decimal after rounding off for the P values, and N will be the number of items. So first I'll write given N is equal to 4, and then we have the formula here. So going back to the table, we'll first calculate capital P, which is P1 by P0 into 100. So it is 25 by 20 into 100 will be 125. Similarly, the next value is 120. Then we have 83.33 and then 80. Next, find out summation P, which will be 408.33. So now let us substitute in the formula. So when we substitute in the formula, we will get P01 is equal to 408.33 divided by 4. So therefore, P01 of AM will be equal to, it is 102.08. Second subdivision, let us find out the simple geometric mean index number or the unweighted geometric mean index number. So P01 of GM is equal to antilog summation log P by N. So we have to go back to the table and then calculate the log P values, and for log P we take 4 places after the decimal after rounding off. So log of 125 is 2.0969. Then log of 120 is 2.0792. Then 1.9208 and 1.9031, and the total summation log P is equal to 8. So now substituting in the formula for the simple geometric mean index number, we get anti-log 8 divided by 4, which is equal to anti-log of 2. So therefore P01 of GM is equal to 100. Third subdivision, let us calculate the simple aggregative index number. So the simple aggregative index number formula is P01 equal to summation P1 divided by summation P0 into 100. So calculating the totals of summation P0 and summation P1, we get summation P0 as this is equal to 85, and similarly we find out the total of P1 value. So summation P1 is equal to 88. So now substituting in the formula for the simple aggregative index number, we will get this as equal to summation P1 is 88, summation P0 is 85 into 100. So therefore you will get P01 is equal to, you can take two places after the decimal after rounding off. So it is 103.53. So these three index numbers come under unweighted price index number. That is, we have the unweighted or simple arithmetic mean index number, then unweighted or simple geometric mean index number, and the simple aggregative index number. So these can come as 5-mark questions. Calculate the weighted arithmetic mean and the weighted geometric mean index number from the following data. The items are given and the corresponding prices in the base year and the current year are given along with the weights. So 2023 is the base year and 2025 is the current year. So firstly, it is important to mark the columns correctly. So price in the base year, you mark it as P0, and the price in the current year, you mark it as P1, and the weights are denoted by W. So the first step is you find out the sum of the weights. So this is equal to 100. Now we'll start with the first question which is asked, that is weighted arithmetic mean index number. So it is denoted by P01 of AM is equal to summation WP divided by summation W. So remember that when weights are given, the denominator will always be summation W, where capital P, what is capital P, is a price relative. It is P1 by P0 into 100. So first, let us form the column P equal to P1 divided by P0 into 100. So it is 100 divided by 120 into 100. So it will be 83.33. You can just take only two places after the decimal after rounding off. Next is 30 divided by 30 into 100. It will be 100. Next value is 80, and then you have 125. Next we need WP. So WP will be 25 into 83.33, which is 2083.25. The next one is 1000. Then it is 1600, 1200, 3750. Then calculate summation WP, which will be 9000 633.25. So I'll also complete the calculations which I'll need for the weighted geometric mean index number. For that I will require log P. So next column is log P, and I will actually require one more column, that is W log P. So log P will be log of 83.33, and whenever we find out the log values, you take 4 places after the decimal after rounding off. So 1.9208, then it is 2, 1.9031, 1.9031, 2.0969. Now for the weighted geometric mean index number, we need W log P total. So from the next column, W log P, so it is 25 into 1.9208. So this I will just take only 2 places. So, or we can take 4 places after rounding off. So 48.02, the next one is 20, then 38.062, 28.5465, and then 62.907, and the total will be 197.5355. So now let us substitute these totals in the weighted arithmetic mean index number formula. So therefore P01 of AM, this is equal to, it is 9633.25 divided by 100, or you will get P01 of AM is equal to 96.33. Next is the weighted geometric mean index number. The formula is P01 of GM is equal to antilog summation W log P by summation W. So please be careful here. The numerator is summation W log P. So we have already done the calculations in the table. So this is equal to antilog. It is 197.5355 divided by 100. So which is equal to antilog of 1.975. So therefore P01 of GM is equal to, so it is 94.49. Third question, compute Laspeyres, Pachet's, Marshall-Edgeworth, Dobish-Bowley and Fisher's index numbers from the following data. So when they say index numbers, they are talking about price index numbers. Please read the question very carefully. Now the different items are given A, B, C, D, and 2023, which is the base year, the prices and quantities are given, and 2024, which is the current year, the prices and quantities are given. Again, read the columns and the headings correctly. So the price in the base year is marked as P0, the quantity in the base year is Q0, price in the current year is P1, and the quantity in the current year is Q1. Now, first let me teach you how to remember the formulae. So, all price index numbers, they will start with summation P1 divided by summation P0. So this is very important. So all price index numbers, you have to start with summation P1 by summation P0. Now, how to remember last payer's price index number? So first write summation P1 by summation P0. Then what are the weights for last payers? So these are called as the weights. So the weights for last payer's price index number are Q0. So multiply numerator and denominator by Q0 into 100. Similarly, Paget's price index number. So P01 of P is equal to, so first write summation P1 by summation P0. Like I said, first you should always start for price index numbers with summation P1 by summation P0. Next, multiply the numerator and denominator by Q1 into 100. So if you remember last payers and Paget's correctly, then Marshall Edgeworth, Dobish Bowley and Fisher's is very easy to remember. So make sure that you learn last payer's price index number and Paget's price index number formula correctly. I've taught you an easy way to remember. So first start with summation P1 by summation P0. If you multiply numerator and denominator by Q0 into 100, you will get last payers. And if you multiply numerator and denominator by Q1 into 100, you will get Paget's. So now, though here in this question there are 5 index numbers which are asked, they are not going to ask you all the 5 for 10 marks. So usually 2 will be asked for 5 marks. So let us form the columns now. So we will require 4 columns. The 4 columns are, it is P0, Q0, then P1, Q1, P1 Q0 and P0 Q1. So if it is a 10 mark question, okay, so this will be a 10 mark question where they will ask any two index numbers to calculate. So usually for the 4 totals itself it will be 4 marks. So let us do the calculations. So multiply carefully. So it is 20 into 14. So you get 280. Next is 225, 144 and 440. Similarly, next is P1 Q1. So 25 into 16 is 400. Then 260, 180 and 480. P1 Q0 is 350, 300, then 144 and 440. P0 Q1, that is 20 into 16, so it is 320, 195, 450 and 600. Next, find out the total. So summation P0 Q0 is 1089. Then summation P1 Q1, this is equal to 1320. Then summation P1 Q0, this is 1234. And summation P0 Q1, this is 1565. So now let us substitute these totals in the formula. So P01 of L is summation P1 Q0 by summation P0 Q0 into 100. So this is equal to 1234 divided by 1089 into 100. So you will get P01 of L is equal to 113.31. Next, we will calculate Paget's price index number. So P01 of P is summation P1 Q1 by summation P0 Q1 into 100. So now substitute the corresponding total. So it is 1320 divided by 1565 into 100. So you get P01 of P is equal to 84.35. So third one is Marshall-Edgeworth index number. So how do you remember the formula? It's last pairs without the 100. So summation P1 Q naught by summation P naught Q naught. Put a plus in the numerator, plus in the denominator. Then write the next term with this Paget's index number without the 100. So summation P1 Q1 by summation P naught Q1 into 100. So this divided by line is a long one. It should cover both these terms. So then next you substitute the total. So 1234 plus 1320 divided by 1089 plus 1565 into 100. So add the numerator, add the denominator and then multiply by 100. So 2554 divided by 2654 into 100, which gives P01 of ME as 96.23. Fourth one is Dobbish-Bowley index number. So P01 of DB is P01 of L plus P01 of P divided by 2. So Dobbish-Bowley index number is the arithmetic mean of last pairs and Paget's price index number. So it is 113.21 plus 84.35 divided by 2. So P01 of DB is 98.83. Now the last one, the fifth one is Fisher's index number. So P01 of F is equal to, it is root of last pairs and Paget's price index numbers. So P01 of F, that is Fisher's index number, is the geometric mean of last pairs and Paget's index numbers, whereas Dobbish-Bowley index number is the arithmetic mean of last pairs and Paget's index number. So this will be useful in the 1 and 2 mark questions as well. So this is equal to root of 113.21 into 84.35, which is root of 9549.2635. And you get P01 of F is equal to 97.32. So learn these 5 formulae thoroughly and don't make any mistake in writing the formula. So practice it and remember how to actually remember all these formulae. So if you remember last pairs and Paget's, after that it's very simple to remember the remaining. So write the formula correctly, do the calculations correctly, and then you can easily score the 10 marks. Fourth question, compute last pairs, Paget's, Marshall-Edgeworth, Dobbish-Bowley and Fisher's quantity index numbers from the following data. So the items are given and 2023 is the base year, the price and quantity are given. 2024 is the current year, the price and quantity are given. So mark the price in the base year as P0, quantity in the base year as Q0. Price in the current year is P1, quantity in the current year as Q1. So now for quantity index numbers. So for quantity index numbers, always start with summation Q1 divided by summation Q0. Okay, so this is important to remember. So again, this is a 10 mark question and they can ask you any 2 index numbers for 10 marks, but we'll be solving all these 5 index numbers. So now if you have to remember last pairs quantity index number, it will be Q01 of L equal to, now you should start with summation Q1 by summation Q0, then multiply the numerator and denominator by P0, and these are called as the weights for last pairs quantity index numbers. Then similarly for Paget's index number, first write summation Q1 by summation Q0, multiply the numerator and denominator by P1, which are the weights for Paget's index number. So if you remember last pairs and Paget's quantity index number, then you can remember Marshall-Edgeworth, Dobbish-Bowley and Fisher's quantity index numbers. So just like how we did for the price index numbers, you form all the 4 columns in the same way. So P0, Q0, P1, Q0, and make it P1, Q1. Then you can have P1, Q0, and then you can do P0, Q1. So now let's do all the calculations. So multiply carefully. So P naught Q naught is 30 into 30. So you'll get 900. Then 40 into 20 is 800. Next is 200. Then P1 Q1 35 into 25 is 875. Then 1200. 375. Then P1 Q naught. So 35 into 30 is 1050. Then 800 and 250. Next, calculate P naught Q1. So P naught Q1 is 30 into 25 is 750. Then 1200 and then 300. Then get all the totals. So summation P1, sorry, P naught Q naught is equal to 1900. Then summation P1 Q1 is 2450. Then summation P1 Q naught is 2100. And summation P naught Q1 is equal to 2250. So now let us substitute these totals in the formula and get the final answer for Laspier's and Paget's quantity index numbers. So this is equal to Q01 of L is equal to summation Q1 P naught. Just observe it carefully. Okay, so this is summation Q1 P naught. Though here it is P naught Q1, it's the same. Okay, so summation P naught Q1 is the same as summation Q1 P naught. So when you're substituting, substitute carefully. So 2250 divided by summation Q naught P naught is 1900 into 100. So you'll get Q01 of L is equal to 118.42. Next, calculate Paget's price index number. So formula is already written. It's summation Q1 P1. So summation Q1 P1 is 2450 divided by summation Q0 P1 is 2100 into 100. So Q01 of P is 116.67. So third, let's calculate Marshall-Edgeworth quantity index number. So first write Laspier's without the 100. So summation Q1 P naught by summation Q naught P naught. Then put a plus in the numerator, plus in the denominator, and this divided line you extend. And next you write Paget's quantity index number. So summation Q1 P1 by summation Q naught P1 into 100. Next you substitute the totals. So summation Q1 P naught is 2250 plus summation Q1 P1 is 2450 divided by summation Q naught P naught is 1900 plus summation Q naught P1 is 2100 into 100. So this is equal to 4700 divided by 4000 into 100. So therefore we get Q01 of ME is equal to 117.5. Next is Dorbish-Bowley quantity index number. It is the arithmetic mean of Laspier's and Paget's quantity index numbers divided by arithmetic mean of Laspier's and Paget's quantity index numbers. That means it is Q01 of L plus Q01 of P divided by 2. So this is equal to 118.42 plus 116.67 divided by 2. So you'll get Q01 of dB is equal to 117.55. Fifth one is Fisher's quantity index number. It is the geometric mean of last pairs and Paget's quantity index numbers. So it is root of Q01 of L into Q01 of P. So substitute the values here. So it is root of 118.42 into 116.67. So this is equal to root of 13816.0614, or you will get Q01 of F is equal to 117.54. Fifth question, compute Fisher's price index and show that it satisfies time reversal and factor reversal tests. So this is a very important question. So we have items which are given, and 2021 is the base year, 2024 is the current year, and the prices and quantities in the base year and current year are given. So the first step is to mark the columns correctly. So mark P0, Q0, P1, Q1. Also read the question. Always they need not ask calculate Fisher's index number, but in this problem they have asked calculate Fisher's index number, so which will carry 2 marks, and the remaining 8 marks will be for TRT and FRT. So first write the formula for P01 of F. It is root of, first write last pair's price index number without the 100, then write Paget's price index number without the 100, and outside the root you write into 100. Now let us go to the table and do the calculations. So first form the column. By now you should know the 4 columns are P0, Q0, P1, Q1, P1, Q0, and P0, Q1. So it is 9 into 3 is 27. Next is 180, and then you have 50. Then similarly P1, Q1. So 9 into 6 is 54. Then you have 210 and 90. Then P1 Q0. So 9 into 3 is 27. Then 189, 75. Then P0 Q1. That is 9 into 6 is 54. 260. Next, let us calculate the total. So summation P0 Q0 is 257. Summation P1 Q1 is 354. Then summation P1 Q0 is 291, and summation P0 Q1 is equal to 314. So now let us go back to the formula and substitute all the totals to calculate Fisher's price index number. So this is equal to root. It is 291 divided by 257 into 354 divided by 314, and outside the root you should write into 100. So this is equal to, first divide 291 by 257 and take 4 places after the decimal after rounding off. So 1.1323. Similarly 354 by 314 will be 1.1274 outside the root into 100. So next multiply both the terms. So you will get 1.2773 outside the root into 100. So next take the root. So you'll get P01 of F is equal to 113.02. So for the final answer, you can just take 2 places after the decimal after rounding off. So all these calculations, it will carry 2 marks, that is for Fisher's price index number, and the calculations here will carry about 4 marks. So next is the most important calculations. They have asked us to verify whether Fisher's index number satisfies TRT. TRT means it is the time reversal test. So the condition will carry 1 mark. So P01 of F into P10 of F is equal to 1. So this is called as a condition for the time reversal test, TRT. So it is again very simple. So first write the formula for P01 of F correctly. So remember that TRT and FRT, that is factor reversal test, you should not use 100 in the formula. Don't use 100. So if you use 100, you will not get the answer. So whenever you do TRT and FRT, do not use 100. So this is important. But whenever they say calculate an index number, 100 will be there. But only for TRT and FRT, we consider them as ratios and not percentage. So do not use 100. So first write P01 of F formula. It is root of Laspeyres and Pachet's price index number without the 100. So see the table and substitute the totals, and there's not much calculation over here. So summation P1 Q naught, it is 291 divided by 257 into summation P1 Q1 is 354 divided by summation P naught Q1 is 314. Write P01 of F formula correctly, only then you can write P10 of F formula correctly. So this is equal to root of, now what you should do, wherever there is 1 put 0, and wherever there is 0 you should put 1. That's all you have to do. And so this is the formula you will get for P10 of F. So do it correctly and carefully. So this is root of summation P0 Q1 is 314 divided by 354 into 257 divided by 291. So all we did was we wrote the formula for P01 of F, substituted the totals, wrote the formula for P10 of F, and then substituted the totals. Now what you should do, you should multiply both these. So therefore, this is the last step. So therefore, P01 of F into P10 of F is equal to, so draw a long square root and write all these 8 totals. Now you'll see that all the terms will get cancelled. So you'll get root 1, which is equal to 1. So we had to prove that P01 of F into P10 of F is equal to 1. So we've got the answer. So you can write, therefore, Fisher's index number satisfies TRT. So actually, if they don't ask Fisher's price index number, the totals will carry 4 marks, and then TRT will carry the condition and the proof will carry 3 marks, and similarly FRT will carry 3 marks. So totally it is a 10-mark question. So now we'll move to the last part. To verify Fisher's index number satisfies FRT. FRT means factor reversal test. So that is now the condition. What is the condition? P01 of F. That means Fisher's price index number into quantity index number of Fishers, that is Q01 of F, should be equal to summation P1 Q1 by summation P0 Q0. So learn the condition for FRT correctly. This condition will carry 1 mark. So this is important. It will carry 1 mark. So now you would have already have this calculation in your answer booklet. So here I'm just writing the formula again, but it's not necessary for you to write again P01 of F formula because you have already done this step in TRT condition. So you write P01 of F formula, you have the formula, and then we will substitute the totals. So I'll just redo that part again. So it is 291 divided by 257 into 354 divided by 314. Now the next formula is important. What is it? It is quantity index number of Fisher's. So how do you write Fisher's quantity index number? It is root of, first you should write last payer's quantity index number, and then you should write last Pache's quantity index number, and again for FRT don't use 100. So this is important. So write the formula and then you substitute. So it is root of summation Q1 P naught. It will be 314. You should see the table correctly and substitute the totals also correctly. Divided by 257 into summation Q1 P1. It will be 354 divided by summation Q naught P1. So summation Q naught P1 is 291. Now what is the condition? You should multiply the price index number and the quantity index number of Fisher's. So therefore P01 of F into Q01 of F is equal to, draw a long square root and write all the 8 totals. So 291 by 257 into 354 divided by 314 into 314 by 257 into 354 by 291. Now here all the terms will not get cancelled. Only for TRT all the terms will get cancelled and you will get it as root 1 which is equal to 1. Here only 4 terms will get cancelled. So see carefully and cancel. So 291 and 291 will get cancelled. And then 314 and 314 will get cancelled. So there are remaining 4 terms. So this is written as root of 354 into 354 is there in the denominator, and then 257 into 257 is there in the denominator. So this step is written as 354 divided by 257 the whole square. So learn to write this step correctly. And then what happens is the square and the root will get cancelled, and what will remain is only 354 divided by 257. Okay, so now if you see carefully, this 354 by 257, if you see 354 in the table, this is nothing but summation P1 Q1, and 257 is what? It is summation P0 Q0. So we have got the result, that is P01 of F into Q01 of F is summation P1 Q1 by summation P0 Q0. So therefore Fisher's index number satisfies FRT. So this entire process will carry 3 marks. Sixth question, compute the cost of living index number by using the following data. So this question, it can come as a 5-mark question. So here they have just said compute the cost of living index number. So cost of living index number, it can be calculated using the family budget method or the aggregative expenditure method. In this problem, because the various items along with the weights and the prices in the base year and current year are given, we will make use of the family budget method. So the first step is to mark the weights as W. The prices in the base year, you have to mark it as P0, and the prices in the current year, you mark it as P1. So family budget method, the formula is CPI, that means consumer price index or cost of living index, it is one and the same, is summation WP divided by summation W. So this will carry 1 mark. Then where P is equal to P1 by P0 into 100, this will carry 1 mark. So 2 marks for both the formulae. So the first step is to calculate capital P, which is P1 by P0 into 100. So don't make any mistake here. Write the formula for capital P correctly so that you will get 1 mark, and do the calculations also correctly. So it is 2520 divided by 1000. 2000, that will be 126. The next one is 150, then 125, 140 and 125. Next we need WP. So WP will be 10 into 126 is 1260, then 750, then 375, 980 and 625. So also find out summation W. So summation W is equal to 30 and summation WP, this is equal to 3990. So now let us substitute these totals in the formula to get the final answer. So therefore CPI is equal to 3990 divided by 30. So you will get CPI is equal to 133. So CPI formula carries 1 mark, P formula carries 1 mark, then the P calculations will carry 1 mark, then you have WP which carries 1 mark, so it is 4 marks till here, and then the final answer will carry 1 mark, so this is a 5 mark question. Seventh question, calculate consumer price index number by aggregative expenditure method. So consumer price index number is also called as cost of living index number. The two methods to calculate these are family budget method, the previous problem which we solved, and the aggregative expenditure method. So they have given various commodities, price in the base year, current year, and the quantity in the base year. So price in the base year is P0, price in the current year is P1, quantity in the base year is Q0. So the formula for aggregative expenditure method is CPI is equal to summation P1 Q0 by summation P0 Q0 into 100. This is same as last year's price index number formula. So let us form the two columns. You will need P1 Q0 and you will need P0 Q0. So 12 into 100 is 1200. Then you have 175, then 50, 1040, then 400 and 810. So summation P1 Q0 is equal to 3675. Similarly, calculate P0 Q0. So 8 into 100 is 800. Then 6 into 25 is 150. Then you have 50, 960, 375, 210. So summation P0 Q0 is equal to 2605. So let us substitute these totals in the formula. So we will get CPI is equal to 3675 divided by 2605 into 100. So therefore CPI is equal to 141.07. Thank you all for watching, and I really hope that this video on index numbers benefits many of you, and each one of you who are going through my videos. I really wish that you scored very good marks in statistics.